previous session, we understood JavaScript is a programming language which can run in any browser or in any server or in any device where we have a JavaScript engine that we have seen in the previous session. So now let's see in respective to my Salesforce, with respect to my Salesforce, how this JavaScript worked and how we need this JavaScript to work with Salesforce. Let's think whenever I have a Salesforce application, how do I open? I open in a browser. So I have a browser when I can open my Salesforce application, like how I have opened my account tab here. So I have a browser where I can open my Salesforce. And as I said, my browser, what display to us? It display the DOM element. So DOM element consists of what? Consists of JavaScript, consists of HTML, and consists of CSS. CSS for beautifying my the content, beautifying my content, nothing but my styling, and HTML nothing but what content I want to display and how I can make interactive. So three part. What I want to see, that nothing but my HTML content, and how this content going to look, nothing but the look I can manipulate with my CSS. Then how I can make the interactive. Okay, so that come as a JavaScript, or how I can make as a my dynamic page. So everything included as a DOM. Then that DOM I'm rendering on my web application, or you can say on my web browser if that browser have a JavaScript engine. And every browser have their own JavaScript engine which compile my JavaScript code to my machine language, and that machine language runs on my browser. So now when I open a Salesforce in the browser, what happens? When I say Salesforce, we have some kind of user interfaces. Okay, this user interface, what you see, it may be my standard page, which is given by Salesforce. It may be a standard page layout. It may be my lightning page layout or my lightning record page. And all these things I'm considering as a standard page. And also, I may have a VA page, or I may develop component using lightning or LWC. All these are nothing but my user interfaces, what I'm going to show to the user on the browser. So now this page what I have, it is stored where? In my server, in my, you can say, in my metadata server, these things are stored. So now when I have data in this page content, I have in the metadata server, and when I want to render from the server, what I will get? I will get my HTML page. Okay, and I will get the CSS what I have written. This CSS we may embed, and if it's a VA page, we can embed the CSS as my inline CSS, or the CSS can be embedded as a static resource, which nothing but I can say as a, or maybe external CSS. And same way, JavaScript what we use in the VA page, it can be embedded inline to my VA code. So inside the VA, if I am writing a VA page with Apex page tag, what I can do? I can use some kind of scripting inside the page, or I can use my external scripting, or I can take from the static resources. So everything what I want to use, it may be either on my page or from external. Same way, if I have a component or lightning web component, I can write that JavaScript for the component specific, or I can use external script on my components. So from the meta server, I will again get the CSS, the HTML DOM, and my JavaScript. And all these things, if it is not inline to my component or page, so it may be from external sources, everything will be embedded as a DOM element. So my DOM going to contain all CSS, HTML, JS, and then I'm able to see on the browser simply. So it may be Salesforce, it may be any web applications. Whenever I want to use JavaScript, my browser only compile that to my machine language, and then depending on what content I want to show, my DOM will be generated. That DOM will be my web page now. So the moment I'm going to get my contact page, the moment I click on the contact, it's nothing but interact to my web browser. From browser, I am sending a request. Then that request go to, you can see here, the request go to my meta server. Then meta server find out, okay, what I want to display on the browser depending on the request. So it will give me the HTML page. It will give me the CSS, maybe external or inline CSS. Same way, it may give me external JS or inline JS. Everything will be combined together to form a DOM. Then that DOM will be rendered in my web applications. So it's same concept being used in any web application. It may be Salesforce, it may be any web applications. If you learn JavaScript, same thing we can implement in VA page or in my Lightning component or in my Lightning web component or in any other web application. Okay, it may be you can create a simply one HTML file. There also you can write my JavaScript. So next we'll see how this JavaScript got evolved and how right now JavaScript stands in where, like what kind of standardization they follow and how it's being more useful nowadays. Thank you. Stay tuned for next session.